Yes, welcome to MaddiE with MaddiE. I'm Maddie Dawson, and this is Manga Madness episode number 3, a special series on myViewOnBooks. So I talked about Vagabond on first episode, and second episode I picked up 21st Century Boys, which was my first manga read, and then now I'm picking up Dragon Ball. This is my most favorite anime. I watched the anime first, so Dragon Ball first, and then Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is world popular. It's almost the most popular anime in the world. So even I happen to watch the anime. But before that, I watched Dragon Ball, and I came to know that this year, they had the manga as well. I didn't know manga was there for Dragon Ball, so it was a very good news. And immediately, I purchased the manga. So I have special T-shirt as well for today's stream. I have the adult Goku as well as Kid Goku. And yeah, I have the entire manga box of Dragon Ball, but I'm gonna just talk about the volume one. I have read two volumes. I'm gonna take it episode by episode. So in this episode, we will just talk about volume one. So before we jump into the story and the characters and all the analysis, summary and all, we'll just have a detour of how the manga looks. So here you have the first volume, uh, and as you know that it's not the standard way of reading manga. So manga, we have to start from behind, right to left. And yeah, this is my first ever collection, first ever box. So I can write some quotes and write my name in all the manga that I, or any books in general. So not just manga. So yeah, you see, it's pretty good standard manga. You can give it as an example for how a manga looks and feels. And the sketches are very detailed, uh, as in any other mangas. And it has a good story as well. We'll get into it, but this is the quick overview of how the manga looks and feels. We have 11 chapters. We'll go through one by one, and I'll come back to this pages review. Okay, first of all, the story. I think most of you would know, like especially who people who watch anime and have watched Dragon Ball Z, they would know the story. So in this prequel, which exactly started the whole franchise of Dragon Ball Z and any other ensuing, what do you say, anime or manga. So we see that it's basically about Dragon Balls, right? So they have seven Dragon Balls, and when they are brought together, and what do you say, in our language, mantra or a spell is casted, a dragon comes out of all these seven Dragon Balls, and it grants you only one wish, and it's just for 1 year. So after the wish is granted, it will all the Dragon Balls will be dispersed to different parts of the world, and they have to collect it again, and again that will happen only after 7 years. So this is the core story, and we have certain characters who try to find these Dragon Balls, and there are certain enemy groups who also try to collect these Dragon Balls. So the entire story of Dragon Ball anime or manga would be around this story, like collecting the Dragon Balls and making one wish. So that's how the entire story is crafted, and it's based on this fun adventure, like comedic adventures, the comical adventures of the characters. So coming to characters, we have the world famous character Goku in kid form. Many people who would have, a lot of people actually don't know that there is a kid Goku. There are seen Gohan and then Goten in Dragon Ball Z, but I don't think not many people would know, especially hardcore fans might know. But yeah, since I watched Dragon Ball first, I know that Kid Goku is there. So reading it in manga was absolutely wonderful and nostalgic. And obviously, for people who prefer sound effects and visual medium, you're going to prefer anime to manga. But readers, especially bibliophiles, I think the manga would be really good. And it actually has more content than the anime, right? So it's like you create your own music and you create your own animations and you see that world in your mind. So manga is definitely better for me, especially when you read it in manga. It's way better than watching it as an anime. So it's just you can read the manga and then you can watch the anime. That will be somewhat satisfying. But as a reader and bibliophile, I feel reading manga is a better. So that's how I felt for Dragon Ball as well. So we have Kid Goku and then Bulma. These are the main two characters around which other characters revolve around. And as I was saying, the story of a dragon appearing when seven balls are collected and granting a wish. That's the core story, and people or the characters are driven towards this core story, like trying to get all the balls together and make a wish. So in volume one, we are introduced to the characters. So basically, volume one is about exposition of characters. So we see Goku, and we do not know his origin. So he has a tail. So for people who are reading, who have no idea and who start reading Dragon Ball manga, so he's like a different. He's not a human. He's a different creatures. Like he has a tail. I'll show you, and he's extremely. He looks like a kid, but he's almost 14, 15 years old. So he just looks like a kid. I don't know why the author wanted that to be like a fun element or what. So he's like almost 14 years old, but he looks like a kid, and he has a tail, and he's extremely strong with all the martial arts training that his grandfather had taught. And we do not know where is the grandfather, but as the pages progress in second or third chapter, we come to know that his grandfather is dead, and his grandfather has left one Dragon Ball, and that's Goku doesn't know that it's a Dragon Ball. So he considers that grandpa to be the materialistic form of grandfather. So Bulma enters. So straight away in first chapter, Bulma enters, and she's like with all this tech thing. So she's from a civilized world, and if you see the world here, especially, it's like set in an ancient medieval, I would say medieval or very ancient mythological kind of setting. But Bulma is like a standout. She has this all fancy tech. There's a capsule she throws and it becomes a car. So all this fancy tech she has, and she has this radar, which basically is like Google Maps or Apple Maps, and you can go anywhere. So this radar kind of shows you where the Dragon Balls are. So it shows the spot of Goku, where Goku lives in a forest, outside the civilization, and is almost up to himself. So his grandfather has passed away, so he's almost up to himself, and like fishing. And training martial arts every day, cutting woods. So these are his regular tasks, daily basis. And Bulma enters. So Bulma radar shows that there's a Dragon Ball in that particular spot, and Goku and Bulma meet. And this is one of the panel from what do you say? The manga, and where Bulma exactly, this is the exact page where they meet together, and Goku sees that car and he feels that it's a monster or creature, and he tries to attack it. So it's very interesting, the interaction between Goku and Bulma. And as the story progresses, what do you say? So they basically get to know each other, and Goku decides to help out Bulma, and they go on this adventure trying to collect seven Dragon Balls. So Goku keeps his Dragon Ball because he considers it as his grandfather. So he says that I'll lend you, but not right away. I'll come with you and let's collect all these Dragon Balls. I'm not really believing you. So he's always skeptic. And they go on adventures. They meet a lot of weird, peculiar, vulgar characters, and the whole first volume is filled with a lot of characters. So one by one they get introduced, and basically it's about Bulma and Goku trying to find the seven Dragon Balls. So they almost get four Dragon Balls by the end of volume one, and yeah, I think that's where it ends, and we are like left in a hook. Okay, so we are always wondering like how the dragon is gonna look, and what wish who's gonna make it. So Bulma plans to make the wish, but there are enemy groups and there are some characters within our friends group. So they are also trying to what do you say, make their own wishes. So who is gonna wish for who's gonna grant that wish? Make that wish. So all those things are hanging. So a lot of suspense elements and things that you look forward to, and it's very comical. Some of the dialogues are comical but vulgar as well. So it was written way back during those times, where it is considered as a fan fiction or something. So I think then the readers didn't mind. So I think DBC had less the vulgarity than Dragon Ball. So this is the entire story and the characters. As let's look at the characters in detail when you're going to the manga. But volume one is about Goku and Bulma, introducing Goku and Bulma, and how they are interacting with each other, how they go on this adventure to meet other characters and like what are the challenges they're facing trying to get these seven Dragon Balls. So it's easy, right? So they have the radar device that shows you where the Dragon Balls, but wherever they go, they have some obstacles. So there is some dragon, or what do you say, flying, what do you say, dinosaurs trying to attack us. So there's a lot of creatures and monsters in this world, and they run into some creatures and monsters. It's always pretty funny, and Goku ends up saving Bulma sometimes. So the main character Goku, he's very innocent, and although he's 14, he's, I said, like physically he appears a kid as well as by heart he's also a kid, and he doesn't know anything about the city or civilized world. So he has grown up in the village inside a forest, and his whole life the only interaction he has had is with grandfather. So he doesn't even know there is an opposite sex, like there will be a girl, there is a female species, and they have different body structure, all those things he doesn't know. He's very innocent. So in fact, Bulma is the first girl that Goku meets. So because of that, there's like a lot of funny as well as vulgar interactions. But apart from that, everybody who reads the manga or watches the anime, I think in the first 5 minutes you're gonna get attracted, or you're gonna have Goku as your favorite character for the entire the rest of the entire story. And apart from Goku, Bulma is kind of mischievous. She's very selfish. She plans, manipulates people, and she just wants to get the Dragon Balls and make her wish. And her wish is to get a boyfriend. So she's the teenage, like, I think all those animes during that time or manga that were created were targeted for teenage groups, like in between 15 to 25 age groups. So almost in all the mangas that I read, we see the main characters are always in this age group, like they would be in 16, 17, 18, 19. So there is this fairy tale, Noragami. So many mangas I'm reading, and I see one thing in common, that all the main characters are in the age group 15 to 25. So I think primarily they're trying to target this age group so that there's a larger and wider audience there across the world. So is the case here. So Bulma is almost in the teenage age group, and her wish, like she plans to collect all the Dragon Balls and make a wish, that is she wants to get the perfect boyfriend. But as you said, there are people. So Goku and Bulma are like friendship with some conditions. I'll give you the Dragon Ball, and I'll come and help you. You have to take care of me, something like that. And but there are others who are also incorporated into this friends group, and they have their own motives. So there is a lot of funny things going on in Volume 1. So Volume 1 is mostly exposition, and I'm sure if you have enjoyed DBC, I think DBC is mostly about action, combat, the emotion of Goku saving the world. Like, Earth is trying to get destroyed. People are attacking Earth, and there are villains from aliens from different planets and galaxies trying to beat Goku and destroying the Earth. That's the core story of Dragon Ball Z. So the friends, the first Avengers, I would say. So all the friends who are in Earth, Goku, Kremlin, all those people trying to save the Earth. That's the story of Dragon Ball Z. But in Dragon Ball, it's kind of less action, more story. We see the adventure. It's more of adventure genre. So we see that. So especially having watched it first, I like Dragon Ball more than DVC. But obviously, people who watch DVC first, they're gonna like it, and that's why it's worldwide popular. So I'll cut to the chase. Let's just jump into the detailed analysis now. As you see, we have Dragon Ball 1. Akira Toriyama recently passed away. The Monkey King is famously called as Monkey King, Kid Goku. This is Kid Goku before he was actual Goku in DBC. So yes, there are 11 chapters. If you see, Bloomers and the Monkey King, No Balls, Sea Monkeys, they call him the Turtle Hermit. Oolong is a very funny character. Big, So Long, Oolong, Yamcha and Poor. Two more characters getting added. 1-2 Yamcha. Cha. Dragon Ball's in danger. Onward to Fry Pan and into the fire. So the volume 1 ends at Tail 11, which is chapter 11. So this is how it begins. We directly get exposed to Goku, that he's living from far away from a civilized world, and he's having his own rituals. You see, he's talking to his innocent nature is exposed here. He kind of talks to animals. Hey, bro, what's up? Like they are replying chi chi, and it starts basically, and straight away we see that Bulma is coming in a arriving to the spot in a different place, and this is his rituals. He kind of chops food. You come to know that he's kind of very strong here, and this is the ball. So right now we do not know what is this, but he kind of talks to it. Hey, grandpa. And then Bulma arrives. She checks out. We see the radar here. This is the radar I was talking about. This shows the. So this is like a Google Map transit. It shows the Dragon Ball. Where is the Dragon Ball present, and she just has to go in that direction. So it shows the place where Goku is, and she goes there. And meanwhile, Goku kind of goes for fishing. So you look at this funny. He uses his tail to use it as a bait, and a fish falls for it, and he kind of in one kick, yeah, in one kick he gets it. So it's pretty much the anime is also translated in such frames. You're basically going to see these frames with sound effects and music, so that's the only difference. And you kind of get the same feel reading anime. And this is the interaction between Bulma and Goku, the two main characters of Dragon Ball. First time, so he kind of sees the car and feels, fear, threatened by a creature. He doesn't know it's a car, it's a super tech, all those things. So he kind of thinks that it's another master that he has to put down, and he kind of throws away the car. You see, he's like into combat mode already, and then he sees this new species. It kind of looks like human, but for him, he doesn't recognize. So they kind of go on interact, and they get to know each other. And this is exactly where she describes. So she tells about the Dragon Balls. So I did some research, and I found this old story that described them. There were originally 7 Dragon Balls, and each of them glows with the light of tiny stars inside, from 1 star to 7. So every ball has a number. Like 1 star ball would have 1 star inside, so that star would give the energy to glow. So if collected, then it's going to be the what do you say? The dragon. This is the dragon. They say that it will appear, and an amazing thing happens when you get all 7, and you chant just the right chant to summon the dragon. Shenlong, the dragon god, he'll grant you he'll grant you he'll grant you any wish but only one. So that's the condition. So once you collect the 7 balls, the dragon is going to appear on a chant when you utter a chant, and it will grant you only one wish, and then it will go away, and it will take another 2 years or 1 year to get to know where the ball. So this is how they start off, and Goku doesn't want to give the Dragon Ball right away, so he decides to go on with the adventure, because he is materially attached to it, because he considers it as the materialist form of grandpa. So on the way they face funny adventures like this. So this flying dinosaur, kind of kidnaps Bulma, and Goku is trying to save her. So all this kind of funny adventures. So it goes on like this, and when we move into second chapter, we actually start the adventure. So we see that the technology from where Bulma comes from, there's like minute pills. What we call pill is like capsule. From capsule, cars and this temporary homes are like constructed, and it's like a camp. So they get to live during the night. So interesting and very funny stuff happens. So this is where Goku explores the other species. Like, okay, there are girls, and they are different. So Goku is very innocent, so it's kind of funny to read. And he encounters this tortoise. This is one of the crucial characters and interactions that Goku makes. So the tortoise is actually a pet to Turtle Hermit, so which will be the Turtle Hermit is, again, right, Master Roshi. So he played a crucial character in DBC. So Master Roshi, we get to know more about Master Roshi now. So he's called as Turtle Hermit. So the turtle is actually far away from ocean. So he just asks help with Goku, like, can you drop me in ocean? And Goku kind of asks the permission, and they try to get him to the ocean. And there is like again another obstacle. There's a huge bear which tries to attack Goku, but Goku is very strong, and he kind of puts down the bear in one punch, and they take the turtle to ocean. So now that the turtle is back in ocean where it belongs, it wants to pay back, like show gratitude. So it brings back its master, which is Master Roshi, this old man, which we know, like we have seen him in Dragon Ball Z as well, right? So he brings back Master Roshi. So they call him, next chapter would be, they call him the Turtle Hermit. So he kind of grants one wish, or what do you say, one magical cloud to Goku. So this is where this is the historic moment where Goku gets his magic cloud Kinton. And interesting aspect of this cloud is only people with pure heart can get onto the cloud and fly. It can take you anywhere, and it'll obey your command whenever you want it to come. It'll come, but your heart has to be pure gold and very pure to get on its cloud. And Goku is innocent, so as we all know by page number 66, we know the characters by now. So Goku is very innocent and pure-hearted, so he is able to get on the cloud. But you see Master Roshi, who's like, we do not know everything about Master Roshi. So he's also a martial arts expert, but then we do not know what do you say. He has combat powers, all those things, but we don't know at this point of story. But he's cunning and manipulative, so and also mischievous, so he can't get on this cloud, even though he can give it to Goku, but he can't get on this cloud, and it's kind of see he falls down. It's very funny here. And Goku gets on, so it's for Goku, it's like a fun thing, you see. And again, there is some vulgar stuff after this. Bulma also asks something, and it's kind of pretty funny and vulgar. And with the new cloud now, Goku has a vehicle as well, but Bulma decides to go in her own capsule, two-wheelers and four-wheelers. As they continue, they face more adventures. So this is one chapter. Oolong, another important character, is getting introduced. We see that there is a village. They come to a village, and there is a Dragon Ball here. So that's why they came to this village. And the village is deserted during the day. It's very suspicious. Nobody is there, and Goku tries to knock a door, and there's someone who's coming and like straight away punching or like hitting with an axe. So since Goku is strong, it doesn't hurt him a bit. But if it was any other human, they're gonna be killed or murdered right away. And then the story, like Oolong is a monster, shape-shifting monster. So he can shift to or you can transform into any terrifying creature anytime, and he terrorizes the village. So since there is a Dragon Ball to get here, Bulma and Goku kind of come up with a plan, and it's very funny. They make Goku a girl. See, this is Goku actually. So they make Goku a girl, and this monster Oolong is like every time he comes to a village, he wants a little girl to get married, and they kind of put Goku in a girl's costume, and they try to fool Oolong. So after some funny incidents, Goku tames Oolong and defeats him. So Oolong is subdued, and they kind of get the Dragon Ball, and now they move forward. But Oolong is very naughty, as well as he doesn't obey commands or like willing to help. So he's a very unreliable character and mischievous. He can do anything and get away, try to escape. And so Bulma comes up with a naughty trick, to make him listen to her commands. And the adventure carries on. So now both of them, I mean Goku and Bulma, tries to get to know about more Oolong more, and they exchange stories like how you got these powers and what you guys are doing, chasing Dragon Balls. And now we have three. So initially it was just Goku and Bulma. So from here on, it's going to be Oolong as well. So, but Oolong is not a friend exactly. He's unreliable, so he's naughty, and he can do anytime he can flip. So Bulma has come up with a trick to control him. So along with Oolong, they kind of try to find the Dragon Balls. So I think for now they would have collected three Dragon Balls, and they come to a desert where we have another interesting character introduced, that is Yamcha. So you see, this is where Yamcha gets introduced, and they are actually resting in a desert because there is no vehicle. The boat ran out of petrol. You see, they were coming with boat and they ran out of petrol, so they actually decided to walk, and they are actually in a desert. And Yamcha is a character. Again, he is strong and he knows combat. So, but he actually is a, what do you say? Basically a robber who robs people who travel along the desert. So he tries to rob them. So he thinks that this funny pig and little kid Goku and Bulma are like travelers and they might have some wealth. He basically tries to steal them. But through careful interaction, they get to know that Yamcha, and this is another character, Puar, the pet of Yamcha. So this is another shape shifting monster, and Puar and Oolong has a history, so they both know each other. And if you have observed, so they both have shape-shifting monsters, shape-shifting powers. So Yamcha eventually comes to know that these guys are trying to find seven Dragon Balls, and the dragon kind of can be, what do you say, conjured, and one wish can be asked and granted. So he decides to pursue them secretly, sneakish, trying to follow them from behind, and then when they get the seven Dragon Balls, he's gonna steal it from them at that point and then make the wish. So that's his plan. So initially there is like fun combat between Goku and Yamcha, but eventually what do you say? Yamcha decides to let them go, and he's very manipulative. And he has this funny disorder, or what do you say, condition where he can't talk to girls. So it's like Raj from Big Bang, right? So in front of girls, he's like powerless and he's like frozen. So his wish, so the reason he is chasing Dragon Balls now is, now that he came to know about the seven Dragon Balls and the wish, so he decides to pursue them and get the seven Dragon Balls and wish for this disease to get over. Like, he wants to date girls, he wants to talk to girls and date girls, but since he has this disorder of not being able to talk to girls, he kind of, he's unable to do anything. So he wants to wish for talking to girls. So that's his wish. So by now, most of the characters are established. At least the important characters, significant characters of Dragon Ball are established, and the adventure still continues with the same storyline, trying to find the seven Dragon Balls. And towards the end, we come to know another subplot, where we know that there is one more Dragon Ball in a very dangerous place. It's called Fried Pan Mountain, and it has a very huge palace. So if you see here, uh, where the Ox King. So Ox King is again very terrorizing monster, I would say, and it's always on fire. So here Oolong knows about this myth, and he explains. So he says that once upon a time it was Pleasant Mountain, and it lived up to the name. But about 10 years ago, a fire spirit fell from the heavens and transformed it into a mountain of eternal flame. So they say. So ever since then, it's been on fire, and the Ox King is trying to put out the fire. And Ox King is also like, he's a king, right? So he had waged war on different places, and he has got the gold, and a lot of treasures are there in this mountain castle. But because of the fire, nobody is able to get into it, and people who have tried to take the treasure, they have ended up not coming or die. So this is where the Dragon Ball is, and our friends are going there, followed by Yamcha and Po are behind. So you see, Yamcha actually would have gifted a car, and then he said like, I attacked you, without thinking, let me pay it back, and gives the car, and he kind of goes away. But there is a tracker in the car, so he knows that where these guys are going. And yeah, so they find this Fry Pan Mountain, and Oolong is not willing to go, but Bulma controls Oolong. So eventually they go, and we are introduced to another character, Chi Chi. So people who have watched Dragon Ball Z, you know Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi is Goku's wife in TVC. So is it's very cute and funny to witness the character in their young age, right? So we see Chi-Chi as a kid as well here. So she comes only for this last chapter, but just an introduction, I guess, character introduction. So we come to know that Chi Chi is the daughter of Ox King, and Ox King is in turn he's a very gigantic figure. So this is Ox King. So Ox King is in turn a disciple of the Turtle Helmet. So if you know Turtle Helmet, so yeah, you just yes, this guy Turtle Helmet. So he is the master, and one of his student is the Ox King. So they actually not get attacked by the Ox King, but so now the story stops. So there is a Dragon Ball inside this eternal flame, like the mountain, Castle Mountain, and it's too hot to go very near it, and they have to put out the fire. And they come to know that Ox King is a student of Master Roshi, the Turtle Helmet. So he says that only Master Roshi, the Turtle Helmet, can put out the fire. So he asks Goku to go and call the Master. So basically this is where the story ends, and he takes Chi-Chi as well. So you see, and the end, okay, that is not in volume 1. So basically, yeah, it ends with the note that Ox King is a student of Master Roshi. So volume 2 begins with Goku going to Master Roshi to get him back here so that he can put out the fire. So I think by now they have collected 4, and this is the 5th Dragon Ball that they are supposed to collect by putting out the fire. And the story ends here, 11 chapters, and we see some galleries, like initial sketchings that were not part of the manga, and it was really good. These are like very good characters. Every character has been what do you say, written with humor, as well as some level of what do you say, it has some motive. So Yamcha has the motive of acquiring the Dragon Balls and making a wish that he can be able to talk to girls. So he's lacking something and he wants that as a wish. Same for Bulma, it's like very casual. Like she's that kind of hip hop girl who just wants to be cool, and she has this all hi-fi tech, and she just wants a boyfriend, like a perfect boyfriend. So she just wants the Dragon Balls to be collected, and then make a wish that I need the perfect boyfriend. And then Oolong is like another naughty, mischievous, vulgar character, and but he has his own humor moments. And Boar again, it's a very small character, but it's good. So I think Dragon Ball was a standard, you know, and very popular inspiration for many other manga. So when you read other mangas, you actually see that inspiration has been taken from Dragon Ball, especially this prequel, Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z. So all these pet characters and how the characters are developed and how they are interacting. So manga is basically adventure and what do you say? Fun, adventure and fun. And yeah, so Dragon Ball actually set that standard, I guess, and it's one of the best mangas out there. And they say DBC, so I'm talking about DBC. So Dragon Ball is also equally good. Not many know that there is a prequel, and there is a Kid Goku. So even I was such a guy, but then when I found out that there is a prequel to DBC, I started watching it first and then the DBC. So it would be really good if you haven't heard about Dragon Ball, or if you haven't watched a Dragon Ball anime. I would suggest you to watch the anime. It's very fun. But if you are like a hardcore fan of action and combat that was shown in DBC, that's not going to be there in Dragon Ball. So the Dragon Ball is all about story. The Kid Goku going on adventures, fun adventures, and setting up the story for Dragon Ball Z. But I would definitely recommend you to read the anime and as well as watch it. I am going to talk about all the volumes. So there are 16 volumes, and as I was showing in the beginning, I have the whole box. There is like map as well. So 16 volumes of Dragon Ball in 26, I guess, TBC. So I'm gonna read. I've read 2 volumes, so I'll talk about volume 2 pretty soon, and I'm gonna talk about every volume. And it's so fun reading mangas, especially Dragon Ball. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you know about any what do you say? There are so many mangas, right? Whenever I hear from someone, always I get new recommendations. So if you also read manga or watch anime, do put down in the comments that like whatever anime or manga just put it on comments. I'll try to read it and give it a go talking about it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll come up with more such special series, Manga Madness, Golden Graphics, myViewOnBooks, and I'm planning to start one more special series like Kindle, kindly Kindle. So I read books on Kindle as well. So I want to talk about the books that I read on Kindle. So yeah, look out for more such special series, live streams, and thank you for watching. You're watching MaddiE with MaddiE, and hope you like the special introduction that I created for our television channel. And see you on another live stream. Until then, bye bye.